You've embraced hard work and you achieved success. When it comes to your financial future, there's no leaving it to chance, but there is a lot to consider. Estate tax, market volatility, income tax, Social Security, and that's just the tip of the iceberg. I'm Southwest Florida's financial planner, Alfie Townsend, and protecting and growing your nest egg is my business. Coming up on today's show,
perils of timing the market. Reverse mortgages, good or bad? The value of retirement planning, and much more.
Welcome to Saving the Investor with certified financial planner, investment advisor, and insurance professional Alfie Townsend, president of Advantage Retirement Group. Alfie is a published author, radio show host, speaker, and industry leader.
why do you use an annuity? A lot of people use it for the wrong thing.
He works with retirees and pre-retirees to build and protect their nest egg and offers his experience to help those concerned about financial independence in retirement. If you've got questions about retirement, Saving the Investor starts now.
Well, good morning, everybody. I'm Craig Wolf, and welcome to Saving the Investor. I am sitting alongside Southwest Florida's premier financial planner, Alfie Townsend. Alfie, I've heard you say this before. We're going to talk about timing the market. Even a broken clock is right twice a day.
Sure is.
Isn't that the saying? How does that play into timing the market?
Timing the market is really, I hate to say it, it's a loser's game.
Everybody thinks they can do it too, don't they?
And if the problem is sometimes you do get it right. You do get it right, you get out, and it's a lot of times by luck because you just happen to get out. We have people transferring money back and forth, transferring from their old advisor to us. In the transfer, as it came from them to us, the market happened to go down, let's say. Well, we just saved them a lot of money because it didn't, it was in transfer, it was in cash at the time. But to be right twice, and what you were saying is this. Let's think about that. And I tell the story of Larry that called me, wanted to go into cash during that coronavirus. And if we would have went into cash, we would have locked in his losses because the market already had gone down at that time, and we would have locked in his losses. So let's say his million went down to $950. Okay, we would have locked in that $50,000 loss. Now I said, Larry, when do you want to get back in? Well, then it went up, it started going up, it went past $1 million, but he would have been in cash, he didn't get that. He says, let's get back in now. Now he's at $950. If he would have stayed in, he would have been over $1 million. But that's all right, he's at $950. Now, he missed the up because he was sitting in cash, then starts going down again. Then he says, Alfie, let's get out again. I will not take a client as a client if they want me to go to cash, because I would be doing them a disservice. So I tell people before they become my client, I tell them this: if you call me to tell me that you want to go to cash, if the market gets a little volatile, what I'm going to do is this. I'm going to tell you to go fishing or whatever you like. If it's to play golf or take a trip, and you pay me to keep you disciplined. And it would be doing you a disservice if I did anything but keep you disciplined. And again, you have to be right twice. When to get out, when to get back in, and keep doing it. So as long as you have a portfolio that's making adjustments, which ours do, it's actively managed, and then rebalancing, buying what's going down, selling what things that went up a little bit, you're going to be fine in the long run. You just got to put the short ones out of your mind and not just forget it. And that's what you're paying me for. And as long as you know that you're in the right risk, you don't have to worry about timing the market, because timing the market, again, is so hard to do. And the ones, it's like the ones that tell you they go to Vegas and they won all this money, but they never ever seem to tell you about the ones that they lost all the money. They just tell you about the winnings. People remember about the wins more they forget about the losses. So let's not do that.
So the people who are timing the market are generally the ones that are working without a financial planner. Is that safe to say?
I would say a lot of times they're working, and that's when you're doing it yourself, if you're trying to do this yourself, if you have no one to tell you this is not the way to do it, then it's going to be hard for you to, be successful in the long run.
Another good reason to hire a financial planner.
Thank you.
All right, Alfie. If you have any questions about timing the market or any other issues that might affect your retirement dollars, give Alfie a call.
You are watching Saving the Investor, where your money matters.
All you have to do is turn on the news to see that we live in a world that seems to be in constant turmoil. And what world affairs can unleash in the financial markets is enough to keep you awake at night. It makes you wonder how safe your investments are and has you asking yourself, what can you do to protect your hard-earned nest egg in an uncertain world? Well, we've got some help with our latest workshop. It's called How World Affairs Impact Your Financial Affairs. It's full of plain-spoken, to-the-point information and how to get a handle on your retirement savings, maintaining a firm grip, and growing it going forward. It comes straight from the man who's been helping people just like you for more than 30 years. Certified financial planner, radio talk show host, and TV personality, Alfie Townsend. Plus, we hold the workshop at one of the best restaurants in the world, and dinner is on us. Join us at Ruth's Chris Steakhouse, but you need to act quickly because seating is limited. Call 239-747-1080. If you've never attended our workshop and have saved $500,000 or more, nail down your spot right now by calling 239-747-1080. That's 239-747-1080. Don't wait. Seating is very limited.
My Aunt Charlene lives in Naples, Florida, and she was telling me about a friend of hers that got into a reverse mortgage. And now she's trying to get out of this reverse mortgage because she wants to move. And the thing about it is, this was a while ago that she got in it, but she really, it happened right after her husband passed away, this lady. And so she was in a vulnerable time in her life, probably something she should not have done right away, but she did anyway. She needed the extra money. It might have been where she should have maybe sold the house and moved into something different. There's a lot of different ways we can look at it. I do not do reverse mortgages, but I understand them as a certified financial planner professional. My job is to look at what they have and understand the pros and cons about reverse mortgages. And it could be just right for you. It might be, but a lot of times, there's fees, and there's substantial fees when you're doing a reverse mortgage, and you have to take that in consideration. The other thing you want to take in consideration is, do you need income? Why are you doing the reverse mortgage? To pay off your mortgage? Or are you doing it to take money out? So there's a lot of different ways. What I would recommend is, come in and give us a call so I can look at it and see if it's really something right for you, because this is a commitment. When you do a reverse mortgage, it's really for the rest of your life, because if you're planning on staying there less than 5 years, I can tell you this right now, you do not want to do it. But if it's something that's long-term and you want to pay off the house, and that's your main concern, is paying off the house, you're not concerned about passing monies on or passing your house on to a named beneficiary, a child or your kids, then you might want to consider it. But there are a lot of different ups and downs associated with a reverse mortgage. I would love to be able to explain it to you if you're thinking about it.
You are watching Saving the Investor, where your money matters.
Have you suddenly found yourself at home with a little spare time on your hands? I know I have. Well, it's a great time to read, and if you're interested in creating a comfortable retirement, I have just the book for you. It's called Keeping You on the Retirement Fairway, and it's written by Southwest Florida certified financial planner Alfie Townsend. Alfie is a radio show host, an author, a public speaker, and a TV personality. And he's been helping people just like you plan for retirement for more than 30 years. Keeping You on the Retirement Fairway has a unique take on delivering the key knowledge that's needed to make the right decisions and implement the right strategies to maximize your retirement dollars. And if you're one of the first 10 callers to the show today, it can be yours for absolutely nothing. All you've got to do is call 239-747-1080. The book is full of real stories about actual people, illustrating what they've done wrong and what they've done right. If you saved for retirement, give us a call right now. You will receive a free copy of Keeping You on the Retirement Fairway, a plain-spoken read that highlights the building blocks of investing without sounding like a college textbook. Call 239-747-1080. That's 239-747-1080 right now to get Keeping You on the Retirement Fairway. It's on us, so what have you got to lose? Call 239-747-1080.
Ready to live your retirement dreams? Then it's time to meet Alfie, Southwest Florida's certified financial planner. Schedule your complimentary retirement income plan review now. Give Alfie a call, 239-747-1080.
Hi, Lou. What's your question for Alfie today?
Hi, Alfie. My mother still lives at home. She's in relatively good health, but I'm concerned about her long-term care as it relates to her finances.
Lou, that's awesome to have a mom that's living at home, independent. These days, a lot of people are looking for home health care policies because a long-term care policy means you have to go in a nursing home, skilled, and a lot of times they want to recoup at their home. So if you're going to look at a policy, try to get home health care policy. If you do have long-term care, that's going to do the more of the advanced long-term, where they're not at home anymore. They're going to be in a facility where it's skilled or intermediate care. And the whole thing about it is this. Long-term care policies, I started my career back in 1983, and I started with long-term care, life insurance, health insurance, and those policies were not supposed to go up. And so you got the policies when you were younger typically, and you paid these premiums. They weren't supposed to have big increases. But then all of a sudden, the company started raising them after 10 years to the point that by the time you need them, they were so expensive that you were canceling them. So they do have hybrid type of long-term care policies and home health care policies that you might want to look into. It could be inside an annuity, it could be inside a life insurance, but these are called hybrid long-term care, and I'd love to talk to you about that. Give us a call and I can explain that more.
Hi, Amy. What's your question for Alfie today?
I'd like to know why people keep telling me that variable annuities are a bad investment. I don't understand.
Amy, one topic that I hear all the time is annuities are awful. And the one annuity, so I did some research, and I'm saying, what are they talking about? Why are they so awful? Because being in the insurance business in 1983, I know all about annuities and life insurance and long-term care. But so I dug deeper, and the annuities that everyone talks about is the variable annuity. Now, why are they so awful? Now, there might be some good ones out there, but majority of them do not show and talk about all the fees that are inundated in a variable annuity. You have M&E fees, that's mortality and expense. You have your rider fees, your fund fees, there's so many fees that are inundated in there that you cannot see. And sometimes we had one person that came in and said he didn't have any fees in his account. And so we called the company, and after we called the company, we found out that there was 4.3% of fees that he had in his, and the broker never told him he had any fees. So on a $500,000 case, it was over $20,000 of fees that was robbing his returns. So that's why he wasn't making any money. He didn't know why the market was making money and he wasn't making money. So if you have a variable annuity, you might want to give us a call, come in, and we'll do that call for you to find out what your hidden fees are, because they won't show you and you can't see them on your statement.
Hi, Doug. What's your question for Alfie today?
How much money do I need to retire?
Doug, that's a tough question. I have to see you in person to really find out what your retirement needs are. Okay, so we want to look at a lot of things. How much money you have, how much income you have. Do you have a pension? Do you have Social Security? Are you going to be expecting any type of inheritance? So these are all things that we're going to look at. And the main thing about retiring is when you retire, you should have hopefully your home is paid for, your cars are paid for, things are paid for, so not everything that you're taking out is going into just paying payments. Okay, so we want to find out what your expenses are. After we find out what your expenses are, the money that you have, and the income we can generate from the money that you have, then I can be pretty right on for you on what we should be expecting for retirement, what type of money you need. I hope that helps. Give us a call.
You are watching Saving the Investor, where your money matters.
You have built a nest egg from your years of hard work, and now you're retired or you're about to be. What are your plans for those hard-earned dollars? Putting money away is one thing, but you need a holistic strategy for many different reasons. Whether it's reducing taxes, generating income, minimizing risk, or maximizing Social Security, what counts is what you do with your money. And that's where our retirement simulator can help. Let us give you, at no charge and with no obligation, a look inside your portfolio to see what is really going on. Our retirement simulator will put your financial plan through a strenuous test to identify any weaknesses that we need to address. What we show you may well surprise you, and what you find out could save you big time. Give certified financial planner Alfie Townsend a call. For more than 3 decades, he has been helping people just like you. If you have saved $500,000 or more, call Alfie at 239-747-1080. What you learn from our retirement simulator could end up adding more to your retirement than you ever imagined. Call Alfie at 239-747-1080. You've got nothing to lose and maybe a whole lot to gain.
Ready to live your retirement dreams? Then it's time to meet Alfie, Southwest Florida's certified financial planner. Schedule your complimentary retirement income plan review now. Give Alfie a call, 239-747-1080.
Welcome to another segment of Team Talk. I'm Mary Thompson in studio with Alfie Townsend, our founder and president. Welcome, Alfie. It's great to be here.
It's always great to be here.
So, when people come into our office for the first time, a lot of times they've been working with another financial advisor, and that's great. They've sought advice early on in their career or their life, and they've accumulated wealth for the 20, 30 some odd years.
Yeah.
A lot of people start off investing in what we call retail investments.
Yeah.
And, when I was a financial advisor, that's where I started helping clients accumulate their money with retail investments that had A shares, B shares, things like that.
Yeah.
You, on the other hand, help people that are nearing or in retirement. That's a totally different game.
It is.
And so not only do their strategies need to change, but also the type of investments that they have access to through you is completely different as well. And we call that institutional investing. So let's talk a little bit about that and what you do.
So the difference between retail and institutional, and you just really touched on it. You have A share, B share, C share, and that means there's a commission base on that.
Right.
Okay, and they're going to be more, you're paying a commission, and there's more money that you have to pay for those funds that you don't see.
Right.
And that's an internal fee. So people think, oh no, I just paid this amount. And you can even look at the prospectus, and it might say total expense on Morningstar, and it might say 0.70. You're saying, okay, 0.70, might say 0.50. But then what you have to look at, what we look at when you come in, is we're going to do a fee analysis, and there's a report that we use that has turnover.
Right.
Okay, so turnover means the fund managers on these mutual funds, what they do is that they might have 1,000 funds in there, and if it has a 70% turnover ratio, that means 700 of those 1,000 are going to be sold by the end of the year and bought new. And what that does is that drives the internal cost up even that much more. So it could go from 0.7 to 1.2, 1.3, and that's what we show. That's what we show. So if you want to know what your fees are, if you want to know the difference between institutional and retail, this is a huge. We only use institutional.
Right.
And like you said, there's different phases in your life when you're first starting out. Yeah, retail is just fine.
Right.
Okay, but when you accumulated enough wealth and you're about to retire or you are retired, then what happens is we got to look at that money and grow it and we're going to make changes because we have actively managed accounts. So we cannot have you have fees every time we're changing it.
Right.
We're not going to have fees in that. If you had an account that was an A share and your broker, this is how I look at it. This is why I feel it's not right for you. Besides the high fees, if they're getting paid on it, okay, if you're not seeing what you're paying the advisor, that means it's a commission every time.
Right.
Okay, so if, for example, if I said to you, Mary, and you're my client, if I said, Mary, I like this fund here. It has some great companies in there. It's been doing really good. We're going to go ahead and get you in there. There's it's an A share, so there'll be a commission up front. So now all of a sudden, okay, you trust me. You do you take that fund. What if I call you a 2 years later, a year and a half later, 3 years later, and say, Mary, that I just don't like what that fund's doing. It hasn't been performing the way I thought it was. Now, you're going to start to think, well, is that for me or is that for Alfie's benefit?
Right.
And that's the way, that's why we want to take that out of there, because we don't want anybody to think that we're taking advantage of them, putting them in funds that we're getting paid for. That's why we don't use any retail accounts at all. Ours is all institutional. And to give you an example, you might have 15 different funds or ETFs in our account. That's your account, and every one of them are institutional. And that means as you would have to have $1 million in each one of those to get the pricing that you're getting.
Right.
I'm going to say that again. So if there's 15 different funds in the accounts that you have with us, you might only have $50,000 in one of the accounts. You're getting the pricing as if you had $1 million.
Right.
So this is important to understand the difference between retail and institutional, and we can find out what you have when you come in.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Alfie. Stay tuned for more Saving the Investor.
You are watching Saving the Investor, where your money matters. Ready to live your retirement dreams? Then it's time to meet Alfie, Southwest Florida's certified financial planner. Schedule your complimentary retirement income plan review now. Give Alfie a call, 239-747-1080. You have a club for every scenario, a driver for the long holes, wedges to get over the hazards, and a putter when you need a touch of finesse. And you'll need plenty of these too. What about your retirement? Will you have enough to play the back nine? Find out today. Schedule your complimentary retirement income plan review with Alfie Townsend, Southwest Florida's certified financial planner. Call 239-747-1080.
Benjamin Franklin said, in this world, nothing can be certain except death and taxes. We may not be able to control many things in life, but there are steps that you can legally take to control how much you actually pay in taxes. So really, ask yourself, how much of my 401k or IRA is actually mine? How much will end up in my pocket? Is my tax plan efficient? Am I overpaying or keeping every dollar that I'm entitled to? Sound familiar? Well, Alfie is here to help. He's put together a report to help make sense of taxes and how they can impact your retirement. You can get this report right now, and it's complimentary. All you need to do is call 239-747-1080. It's your money, and you deserve to know what's at stake. So get your complimentary tax report right now. Call 239-747-1080. That's 239-747-1080.
And now it's time for our Ask Alfie segment. I've got a lot of questions here. These come in through your website. We've got like 100.
We got a lot of them. I saw that.
Well, let's start with, how do you know if you're financially ready to retire?
Well, first thing you want to do is make sure that you do your expenses, and we dig deep with expenses. And a lot of people, Craig, they don't take in consideration taxes and inflation. So we want to make sure that you have enough money coming in and less going out. And that's the number one thing. And then the other thing is make sure you take in consideration all your expenses and taxes, insurances, and long-term care, things like that. We'll help you dig deep in that.
You've mentioned a couple of elements, but how in general important is it to have a retirement plan?
The retirement plan is the most important part. If you don't retire with a retirement plan, you don't know if you're going to make it through retirement. So we want to really look at what you have, again, coming in, what's going out, the amount of money invested and create that income plan based on that and based on inflation and based on just making sure that that money's going to last as long as you do.
Here's a question about equities. How do you combat a bear market during retirement?
That's a real good question, because bear markets are 20% or more from the high. Okay, bear markets could take a while to recover, so you have to make sure that you have bonds or something in there, if it's an annuity or some type of instrument tool that you can take money out, that even if the market's going down, it's not affecting your cash flow. Cash flow is the most important thing during retirement. That's your paycheck. So your paycheck has to make sure that is not being disrupted during a good or bad time.
You don't need a tie, by the way, to present yourself as an
authoritative figure. I feel a lot better without a tie.
Yeah, well, people are casual when they're retired.
Yes, that's right.
Great questions, great answers. Thanks, Alfie, and glad you joined us for Saving the Investor.
Ready to live your retirement dreams? Then it's time to meet Alfie, Southwest Florida's certified financial planner. Schedule your complimentary retirement income plan review now. Give Alfie a call, 239-747-1080. You are watching Saving the Investor, where your money matters.
Retirement gives you long-awaited opportunities. You finally gain control over how you spend your time. But you also need control of your investments, of your hard-earned money. There are a lot of moving parts, and just saving over the years is the first part. What about generating income, your Social Security, minimizing taxes, or managing risk? If you save for retirement, call us at 239-747-1080. Retirement can last more than 20 years, yet many people don't have enough money saved to get through 1 decade, let alone 2. Call us at 239-747-1080. Let us show you how to make your nest egg go the distance. That's 239-747-1080.
Mondo Uomo specializes in remarkable clothing for the remarkable man. Like our exclusive selection of Bugatti and St. Croix shirts and sweaters. Visit our store in Naples at the Village on Venetian Bay or online at mondouomo.com.
For over 100 years, Rob and Stuckey has created beautiful living spaces that are truly unique. Whatever your lifestyle, our professional designers can easily help transform your home into your dream home. Plus, now we've made it simple to design your own personalized creations with infinite possibilities. We're uniquely yours. We're Rob and Stuckey.
Mondo Uomo offers a remarkable selection of the latest styles in menswear. Visit Mondo Uomo at the Village on Venetian Bay in Naples. Alberto, Bugatti, St. Croix, Zanella. Come see what remarkable shopping is all about.